A-level specification, Mathematics A, for OCR. So like we said on the video on Monday, we're going to be skipping D and E and going straight to F. We're going to be solving some quadratic equations. I'm just going to go through their examples, to be honest with you, and some different methods you can use to help you get out of a pinch when you don't know what to do when you're solving a quadratic equation. So the first equation we're going to be going through is x to the power 4 minus 5x squared minus 6 equals 0. So we got to be able to solve quadratic equations in a function of the unknown. Now the first example I want to go with is x to the 4 minus 5x squared minus 6 equals 0. We have to solve for x. However, this is not, an equation of the conventional type. We have x to the 4 here, not x squared as our highest power. And we have x squared here. So what are we going to do in a situation like this? Well, you just go about as normal. You'd either use a quadratic formula or just by inspection. I've done it by inspection. You'd want two numbers, so you treat this like x squared and x, and just take it from there. I'll show you why this is not a surprising way to do it. Two numbers that multiply to get minus 6 and add to get minus 5 need to go in these two brackets. The ones I've chosen are minus 6 and plus 1. So minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5, and minus 6 times 1 is minus 6. That must mean, if you've watched the other videos, this should make sense, that x squared equals 6 or x squared plus 1 equals 0. Now, the reason it equals 6 is because if you have x squared and you have 6 here, if x squared is equal to 6, then 6 minus 6 is 0, and it doesn't matter what you have here, this will still be 0. Ditto for this bracket here. If you have 0 in this bracket, it doesn't matter what this bracket is, and this whole sentence will be true. So if x squared is equal to 6, then x is equal to plus or minus the square root of 6. I say plus or minus because minus root 6 squared is still 6, in addition to root 6 squared being 6. The other two answers you could get, so these actually count as two answers, so root 6 and minus root 6 count as two answers. The other answer you get is plus or minus I. However, I don't think you need to worry about too much what that actually means for now. All I is the square root of minus 1. The second example I want to go through is x to the power of 2/3 minus 5x to the 1/3 plus 4 equals 0. Same story, different chapter here. All you want to do is treat this x to the 2/3 as the squared, and x to the 1/3 as the 1. What you'll find commonly in quadratic equations like this is that one power will be the double of another power, and there'll be no other variables with any numbers that have powers. Letters, algebraic letters with powers to them. Usually be two numbers that have an algebraic letter involved, and one will have double the power of another. In this case, we have x to the 2/3 minus 5x to the 1/3 plus 4. Again, we need two numbers that multiply to get plus 4 and add to get minus 5. The ones I've chosen are minus 4 and minus 1. Because in this bracket we need a 0, we know that x to the 1/3 is equal to 4. That must mean x is equal to 4 cubed, and x is equal to 64. Another possibility for x is x to the 1/3 being 1. That must mean x is 1 as well, because 1 to any power is still just 1. Last but not least, we have this example right here, where we don't have any clear indication of what our number could actually be. And this is just the question here, ignore the bottom part for now. It says 5 over 2x to the minus 1 all squared minus 10 over 2x minus 1 is equal to 1. you have to solve this equation, and you're given as a quadratic for the unknown. Now, what you want to do is rid any number of the denominator. Luckily, you'll see that these two have a similar denominator. One just has a squared version of another. So we multiply every number in our sentence here by the largest power denominator. The largest power denominator in our case is 2x to the minus 1, 2x minus 1 squared. So we multiply everything by this. Multiplying the first variable, you'll get this. Second variable, you get 10 times 2x minus 1 squared over 2x minus 1 is all equal to 1 times 2x minus 1 squared. You'll see that these cancel out. This cancels out with just 1 because this is squared. This is obviously 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. And you just gotten rid of 1. And here you can just expand as we've done here. So just writing this out again, you'll get 5 minus 10 times 2x minus 1 is equal to 2x minus 1 squared. Expanding this out and then collecting like terms, you'll finally end up with 0 being equal to 4x squared plus 16x minus 14. I've then divided everything by 2. And last but not least, I've used a quadratic equation right here. If you look at the other side, you'll get two variables for x. I've just resolved this as you would using the quadratic equation. I can also explain how, what variable goes to what in the quadratic equation. So let's say if we have the quadratic equation right here. Minus b will be the, let's just say what a and b and c are. A will be the number you multiply by, or be the the coefficient of the highest power. B will be the coefficient of the second highest power, and C will be the coefficient of the constant. So in our case, A is 2, B is 8, and C will be, I believe it was minus 7. I can just double check that quickly. Yeah, it is minus 7. Anyway, so what corresponds to what? 4AC, 4 will be 4, obviously. A will be 2. Minus 7 will be the C. 4 times 2 times minus 7 will be plus 56, because we got a minus here as well that we got to take care of. 8 squared is 64. Then you got the minus b, which is minus 8, which goes along here. Then 2a is 2 times 2, which is 4. Just resolving this as you would normally, you'll get that x is equal to minus 8 plus 2 times root 30 over 4. Then you can take the, you can cancel the 2 out of every variable. Well, every number, sorry. And you'll get minus 4 plus or minus root 30 over 2. And this will give you the two x's which you are looking for. That's it for today. I wanted to apologize as well for not uploading yesterday. I was just in some difficult situation where it was hard to edit videos from where I was, and yeah. But you get today's video, and if you want me to go over D and E, just leave a comment below and I'll be sure to do it. However, for now I'm just going to leave it out because I believe it's more important to go over the other things in the specification that you're going to see over the next couple weeks. Might go back to it as well once we finish everything. If you liked today's video, just comment, like, subscribe, and yeah, be back soon.